This is Epilobium canum Chaparral silver, and it also may be Rogers UC hybrid. And why I say that is I'm doing some research off of California Flora Nursery website and have looked at a lot of different websites trying to nail down this variety, but it seems to be one of those two, if not both. If you notice in the middle of this strip planting, one group is taller than the other and has fewer flowers. So it's one of those two varieties, it seems, and it's a low-growing perennial, anywhere from 6 to 18 inches. Most of these seem to be 6 to 12 inches high. And in the middle of summer is when you're viewing it, and it's got this intense bloom going. And the bloom lasts for many months during the summer and fall. See these really lovely orange-red flowers. And so a couple of things. It spreads by going to seed, and you can see how full this planting is. I really love this particular planting because the way they've used it, it contains itself in the strip the way you see here. And also it's very drought tolerant. It's deer tolerant. The deer leave this alone. And it takes very little care. What they do with this planting is once a year in the late fall, when it's really done and the cold is set in, it starts to kind of die back, and they come in and cut this near to the ground. Actually, the thing I don't like about that is during the winter it doesn't look like anything's really there. So if you're going to use this, kind of be aware of how that is. Now that said, this isn't a inland valley in Northern California near San Francisco. This particular planting's in Lafayette, California. Now they get down in this winter, they got down in the high 20s Fahrenheit, and that's kind of the low end of the temperature range there. But during the summer they get in the 90s and around 100 occasionally, and so it does get a lot of heat. It says here that a lot of people, or they recommend that you don't put it in real intense full sun in hot inland valleys, but this planting is in full sun all day in a hot inland valley, and it's handling it just fine. So that's good to know if that's a situation that you're dealing with. It also grows well in part shade, by the way, so you can use it that way as well. And the gray foliage against the orange and the orange-red flowers are a pretty striking combo. That's not something you see every day. So I think from a design perspective, it has some very interesting potential over a long bloom cycle, and just used in the right way. I've never seen another planting quite like this. The other epilobiums that I see in Zauschnerias, they're taller varieties, and they're a little more rangy looking. I like the compact nature of this and how it looks and feels, and I think it's a really effective way to use this particular hybrid. And let's see, so I told you hardiness, 15 to 20 degrees is the hardiness, by the way. It says it listed in the research that I did. And as the temperature range, I told you it can take a lot of dry heat. And I think that's about it. It's very drought tolerant once established, but looks a little better with some water every few weeks, by the way. So you're going to get a better looking planting if you do that. And that is Epilobium canum Chaparral silver, or Zauschneria canum, California fuchsia. Enjoy.